I want to talk about why you might be able to motivate yourself to study. And I think that this video is going to be really, really important for you. So please follow along. But before we go into this, I want to say that if you are feeling persistently bad about yourself, if you're feeling that you can't sleep at night on a regular basis, or anything like that, you should definitely go talk to a medical professional. Sometimes we do get in these slumps, and all of us actually have to go talk to somebody about these different things, and it's okay to go talk to people about addressing some of these issues, because we do go through we go through a lot of stuff in this world, and I want to sort of stress that. But you're probably watching this video because you are upset with yourself because you can't motivate yourself to study, or you feel bad about motivating yourself to study. And I want to actually, first of all, I know what the thing that you probably actually don't want to hear at this moment, but it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay not to work all the time. I think that that is a really important thing that almost all sort of gurus sort of failed to talk about, and gurus sort of failed to address. It's okay to take those breaks. It's okay to be, to go get a coffee every once in a while. It's okay to not work 24/7. And that is a natural part of being human. You have to take the time to give yourself to recuperate. But I think what you are doing is you are trying to look up a video that is going to give you some sort of information that is going to help you study. You are probably looking for some sort of inspiration, for example, that somebody's going to tell you that you need to work really hard and it's going to do all this kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. Or maybe you're watching this video because you're looking for a trick or a hack or something that somebody has done before and it's going to change your life and all that kind of stuff. But I want to just tell you something at this moment, that all that stuff is a bunch of bull crap. It does not matter. If you don't want to work and you don't want to actually do something, you're not going to do it. And there's nothing that I can do to actually do that. I can't do nothing at this moment to change your mind if you are not really if you don't have the drive to actually do this thing. The one thing that I can tell you is just stop feeling sorry for yourself. It is not good for you in any sort of way. You will never ever accomplish anything if you just feel sorry for yourself all the time. You're thinking about some sort of way to plan for the future, or you need to get more information about to do something in this world before you can actually accomplish this thing. But if you're watching this video, you're missing the point. You don't really get life at this moment. You just have to simply get out there and actually do it, and do this thing, and do it for a few decades. It is never going to get easier. And in fact, if you're at the stage where you're studying at this moment for maybe it's courses that you're taking, so you're probably watching this because you're an undergrad, maybe you're in high school, or you're in college, you're in graduate school, whatever the sort of stage that you're in, you're probably watching this because you are thinking that that this is the sort of best time to actually watch this, right? Like, you're actually studying for something. It is geared towards those that are actually studying for it. But I want you to say and think about what it is that's going on in your life. You're actually building this competence in your life that is going to take you years out, and it's going to help you to grow and develop and become that much better. So this investment that you're putting in right now is going to pan out over the next 30 years. And it's actually probably the most valuable time for you to actually do something in your life that is going to change yourself, is to invest in yourself right now. Because it's going to completely change who you are and what you are thinking of doing. Now, the other thing I want you to really think about is what you would have been doing even a few decades ago if you were not in this stage. So I was going through with my kids and showing about my family history. And, we were Polish immigrants. My grandparents immigrated from Poland to Canada in I think it was 1933 or 1934, basically fleeing all of the crap that was going on there. We probably would have been dead if they would have stayed there. And you have to really put that into perspective when you're looking at this, what you would have been like our family was dirt poor. We had nothing. You look at what they came from. My other grandma was an orphan, and that was pretty normal back in the day. And this would have been what you would have gone through even a few years ago. And so you have to put this into perspective. This thing that you're doing right now, it is really not so bad. In fact, it is a luxury for you to do this. None of my grandparents even thought about going and doing anything past high school. High school was a really big thing. So you really have to put this into perspective and think about this thing as a complete luxury at this moment, that you are doing something that nobody else has done because you have the resources to actually do this thing. It is a luxury. There is many people around this world, millions, hundreds of millions of people that are in this exact same situation that my grandparents were in. They cannot go to past high school because of the situation that they're in. And you have to really put that into perspective. That this thing that you're worried about, this thing that you're like, oh man, I can't study. I'm gonna sit here and complain and do all this kind of stuff. And then you think about it and you're like, holy crap, I'm just being a giant baby at this moment. And I'm gonna put that out there. I'm sorry that you want to hear it, don't want to hear this, but you really are. You really have to think about this, is that your life could be so much worse. It could be a disaster compared to actually doing something that is going to net you returns in the future, that is probably going to change your life indefinitely by doing this thing. So if you're really afraid, and you know what, I might get in trouble for actually saying that, but it's true. You really are not thinking about where you could be at this moment. Really put that into perspective, what you could actually be. If I was born 100 years ago, when my grandparents were born, I would probably be dead if I was them at this moment. I would be in a situation that would be fleeing to another continent because there was some crap that was going on from the crazy dictator that was going on in another part in another country beside me. If you put that into perspective, and you start thinking about this, what you are actually doing is not that bad. What you're doing is you're sitting and you're reading a few things. That's it. I find that this is so incredibly strange that people have this sort of image that it is either, an amazing thing and you're doing some good in this world by studying, or it's some really bad thing. And a lot of people think like this: oh my God, I can't believe that you're going back to school. I can't believe that you're doing this. And I can't believe that you're doing this. What a total waste of time. What the heck? All you're doing is you're sitting down and just reading a few books or a few papers, and you're just getting a few ideas. It is not that big of a deal. Like, what is this? Why is this such an atrocity? Why do we have this emotional attachment to this thing when you could just sit down and just do it? That's what I'm going to get you to do. And that's what I want you to do at this moment. It's just do the friggin' work. That's all it is. You just got to sit down and actually do this thing. You don't have to like it. You just have to do it. And you just have to get into that mindset where you're just doing it and you're forgetting about all of this emotional baggage, this attachment that you have to it. It's not about motivating yourself in any sort of way and feeling like you have to do this because, that this is the end all and be all. You just have to do it. Just get in the grind. Actually sit there and really do something where you are focusing on this thing and not worrying about all of this other baggage that's going on in your head. And when you get to that stage where you're just doing the work and you're not worried about it, have a little bit of a smile when you're doing it. It is a privilege to actually do this thing. It truly is a privilege. Even a very short time ago, like I was pointing out, not long ago, you would have been in a very bad situation. So really just start thinking about that. And once you start thinking about how amazing this world is at this moment, that you can do this, that you can actually study something, and you start thinking about the fact that you just got to do it. Like, stop worrying about all of this kind of stuff and worrying about like, oh man, I can't do this thing, and why can't I motivate myself? Just do it. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. You just gotta do it. And there's nothing that I can say at this moment. You're gonna watch this video. There's nothing I can say at this moment that's gonna change your mind unless you actually just start doing it. And once you start doing it, things will happen. But if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna complain about why can't I motivate myself and why can't I do this done, nothing's gonna happen. You just have to sit back and actually do this thing and get your butt to the seat and actually do it today.